Hey church, Pastor Matt here. It's Wednesday, so you know it's time for our midweek update. So I got to be honest with you. I totally had a mask in my pocket this last Sunday. I got distracted and I just never put it on. So I'm in the intersection. I'm socially distanced right now. Let's talk about these for just a bit. I've had some awesome conversations this week. If I got to be honest, I hate wearing this so much. And I've talked to several of you guys that share the same sentiment. I've also talked to folks this week that are really, they're still not as comfortable going back into worship without a good majority of our folks wearing it. So here's our official stance. We are strongly recommending that you wear masks. We're trying to follow all the CDC guidelines. In fact, this week, if you've been following the spike in cases that's happening in Oregon right now, it was a good reminder to me that this thing is not over yet. We're still going to have to be diligent and kind of on the defensive about this. So I'm going to make the commitment. I'm going to make sure I've got this in my pocket, other than when I'm on stage, that it's going to be on my face. We would love to have you join us if that's something that you feel like you're able to do. We understand keeping this on a 2-year-old would be really, really challenging. But for those of us who are adults that can, we will strongly recommend that we continue to wear a mask. If for no other reason, just to be able to minister to those of our body that are maybe a little nervous, maybe they're in the higher risk groups, if they're in the higher age bracket, if there's some of those autoimmune disorders, we want to make sure that everyone feels safe when they start to come back. So if you could join me in that would be a great help. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to model that with you. I'm going to ask our elders to model that as well and our leaders as well. We want you to feel safe at church. I know that this has become such a politicized thing. I'm trying to stay as far away from that as possible. To me, it's a theological, it's a Jesus thing. If wearing a mask helps me love people, then I want to do everything I can to make you guys feel comfortable. And if you can join me in that, to stay as far away from politicizing this and just expressing love of Christ to all the people that we possibly can. So I'll do the rest of this without this on so you can actually hear me. Hey, two other things I want to put on your radar. One is science camp. We can't do the sports camp like we have in years past. Everything's kind of shutting down as far as that goes. But we wanted to be able to offer your children something. So July 5th through August 2nd, weekly, we're going to have a camp that you're going to be able to do at home with your kids. We're going to take a little different focus. We've done sports for several years. This one is going to be all kinds of science experiments, gospel through creation, through science. It should be a lot of fun. I'd love to have you sign up. We've got plenty of room for you, for your children, for your neighbors, for your cousins. They don't have to be part of our church. They could just be someone that wants to participate in this camp. Crossroads, piazza.org/camp. So all you got to do is do our normal web address /camp. You can go right to our sign up page. We'd love to have you do that. And then the other thing I want to put on your radar, we've got a couple special guest worship leaders over the next couple weeks. This weekend, my younger brother is driving up from Georgia to lead worship. I'd love to have you in worship. Meet him. His wife will be there. They got a 2-year-old that'll be there and worship with us as well. So come. He's a really talented dude. He's looking forward to meeting our church. And then the following week, I actually have a worship candidate, one of a couple guys that we're looking at pretty closely, pretty seriously about potentially being our next worship pastor here at Crossroads Church. So 2 weeks from now on the 28th, I'd love to have you come, sit under. We're going to still be in the Hero series and sit under some worship from a man who potentially could be one of our future worship pastors, worship leaders here at the church. It's going to be a good time. A lot of talented dudes coming to play with us. We're still going to be talking about Jesus every week. I look forward to seeing you guys there.